That's the process. Sam Hinkie did it.
What does Sam Hinkie really know? Today, I am declaring the end of the process. It's done. We just need to move on. And there's actually a symbolicness to the process being over.
It's the 10-year anniversary of Sam Hinkie uttering 3 words, trust the process. The end of the process once and for all.
Yes, Greeny, the process is dead, and the NBA should be celebrating this.
10 years ago on the dot, Sam Hinkie said this.
We talk a lot about process, not outcome, and about trying to consistently take all the best information you can and make consistently good decisions. And sometimes they work and sometimes they don't, and you should reevaluate them all.
And those words, trust the process, became a coined phrase in sports for the past 10 years. But today, the process is done for. And the question is, what do they do from here? The Celtics knocked the Sixers out of the playoffs again. And right after the game, Embiid said this.
You can't win alone. I can't win alone. Me and James, we just can't win alone. You know, that's why basketball, they played 5-on-5, so.
Is he wrong? Not 100%. Should he be saying that after the game? Absolutely not. He acts like he had a great game or something. Him and Harden combined for more turnovers than made field goals. He should maybe have a little bit of a different tone. Just saying. And if you ask me, Maxey was doing more than Harden on most nights. And Harden looked like a shell of himself in most of the games. But what do I know? I'm just the guy making the video. But what I can tell you for sure is the first move they need to make is get rid of Doc Rivers. And I want to be honest, Doc Rivers is not a bad coach. And it's honestly not his fault. But the NBA is made of average coaches. And everyone wants to make it sound like Doc was the best ever. But all in all, he's just another guy. I mean, if you look at his track record, it's not the best. Celtics, that team underachieved with Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. They just did. And the Clippers, they underachieved by $1 million there. They should have at least won 1 championship with that roster. Then the Sixers, this team has been more than good enough to make it to at least the Eastern Conference Finals, and they haven't even done that yet. I mean, if you look at it, the Sixers had a lead in Game 6. They probably should have closed it out in that game, but then they gave the Celtics a chance. They go back to Boston. Tatum has a ridiculous night, and they just get humiliated. They needed to end it there, but they just couldn't do it. And after the game, Doc didn't even know where his future stands.
Hey, Doc, are you planning to be the coach of the team next year?
Yeah, I think I got 2 years left, so.
Given the tenor of what you've seen happen in the last 2 or 3 days, where coaches of the year, guys with titles.
Yeah, no one's safe in our business, and I get that.
Kind of feel bad for him, honestly. And it also feels like James Harden is gone, if you ask me. I mean, first of all, you really can't even trust that guy. He just disappears when you need him the most. And honestly, he's on the back 9 anyways. He looks like a shell of himself, like I said earlier. He's just not that guy anymore. And Harden had this to say after the game.
When you got here, you said that one of the reasons you wanted to come, if I'm not mistaken, was Doc. How has your relationship been with Doc, and would you like to see him back?
Our relationship is okay.
That answer tells me everything I need to know. Harden is 100% leaving this offseason. That's just what I think. The team going forward should obviously be built around Embiid. There's just no brainer there. But if you ask me, Maxey's just right up there. He's on Embiid, but he's unbelievable. Tyrese is a stud. But all in all, really seems like the Sixers need to break it down again and build it back up again. But that's just a tough pill to swallow because they have a guy like Embiid who just won the MVP, but it just seems like they're not good enough. If you really look at the landscape of the Eastern Conference, I don't know if they have the chance against Boston anymore, the Bucks, because at this point, I actually feel bad for Philly fans. They've had a bad stretch. Sixers lost in a Game 7 against the Celtics. The Eagles lost to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Phillies lost to the Astros in the World Series. And to make it worse, the real process came out of Boston, not there. They actually drafted really well, kind of let their guys grow and made some good moves in the offseason. And now they're like legit team for the next 5 to 10 years. And the Sixers wanted to be them. Sixers are in a tough spot. I'm not a GM, but I'll tell you right now, that process talk needs to go away because it's over now.